Good morning, everybody. My name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be completing part 4 of my mini-series of my Cultivate What Matters Powersheets 2023 prep. And I just want to show you what I've done so far. So the first few videos, we had 3 so far. I know I said in total there'd be 4, but it ended up there'd be 5. So this was my brainstorming. So I had a lot of ideas on here, and it ended up being a lot more than I could actually fit in my goals for the year. So we've done what's holding me back, what fires me up, good things, challenges, what I've learned, and gratitude, evaluation for where I'm currently at or where I feel like I'm currently at, rewriting self-talk, envisioning the bigger picture, living out the bigger picture, and then also how I can get towards that this year, making decisions, so what I'm saying yes to, what I'm saying no to, simplifying, so this is kind of like relating the habits, the goals, and the long-term visions, and then making my rough draft. So the next step in the process is transferring this information to the different seasons. And I like this because this kind of allows me to set my quarterly goals. I kind of allow myself to do the 12-week goal method as well. So if there is a goal, I try to get it done within 12 weeks, which is like 1 quarter. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. This is going to be my main goal for that month or that period. And then after that, I'm going to try to leave as much blank space as I can in case I need to add to it and I can come back. And then this is the type of information that will go towards my cloth and paper inserts on my quarterly goal planner. So if you guys are interested in quarterly goals, this is probably the best session for you. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and transfer some information from the previous pages here to this sheet. Let's get started.
I can't bear. Tears are falling from the sky, but I'm not worried. I know I will end up dry. How about me? How about you? Let's just wait, enjoy the view. What if our touch isn't enough on our journey? How about you? How about me? Let's just wait and we'll be free. Need to stay tough, we don't need much on our journey. 'Cause we're the original. Looking back on what has been, realize we just can't win. What about we try and get it right? I don't wanna end up where all we have just disappears. Come on, let's at least give it a try. Tears are falling from the sky, but I'm not worried. I know I will end up dry.
So when we take a look at this, I just wanted to kind of bring your attention to something. So it does look like I have a lot more going on in the first quarter or quarters. The reason why here and here is mostly because it's like summer, and that's when we can get all of our stuff done, like our spring cleaning, our garden, all of that stuff. There's actually one thing I wanted to put in here was probably in October, fall yard cleanup. So, but that's also because like I know what needs to be done the first quarter for sure. Whereas here I'm not as sure. Like there might be things that come up later on, which I'll fill out later. I ended up putting a lot more on here than I thought I was going to. But what I'm going to do with when it comes to, for instance, monthly budget challenges, instead of doing a new challenge every month, I think what I'll do is focus on per quarter. So, say for instance, it's $20 a week for my entire family. I'll do that for the whole first quarter. And then I'll find a new challenge for season 2, quarter 2, and then go from there. Same thing with my art projects. I might give myself some leeway and do one project per quarter because my drawings take a long time and also because I'm not going to have a lot of time. And so I want to break it down and give myself a little bit of slack and not push myself too hard, especially with the new baby on the way. Most of the home projects are going to be done starting, like I'll plan it out in April, but they'll start May, June, and July and August. That's also when we'll be taking any vacation that we have planned. And those are just pretty much West Ed, going to Banff, and going to Klondike Days, like key days, like our local fair type thing. And then we're going to visit Red Deer sporadically, so not all the time. And then we're going to implement date night, or try to, in March. So that'll give me like about 2 months, and then my mom can maybe start looking after the baby overnight while she's here. So we'll see how that goes. That might not be until April. We'll see. Just kind of play it by ear. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting. You guys kind of saw me write everything out. I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, Red Deer visits won't be every single month just because of my husband's schedule. He still works most likely for like 2 weeks out and then home for 1 week. So if he's home for 1 week, he'll get home on Tuesday. We would go to Red Deer Friday, Saturday, Sunday because my son, unless it's summer vacation, my son would be in school. And so we'll pull him out early on Friday and then like leave at noon or something like that. And then maybe in summer we would take like longer vacations potentially. And then, yeah, so my garden will be planted in May. And I've also got taxes prep in April. Probably will start it in March, but March, April, just depends how busy I am. I also have all of my Swedish death cleaning and Facebook buy and sell stuff kind of located in the winterish months. So like season 1 and season 4, that's when I'll be doing that. Whereas the outdoor projects and like the indoor house projects will be doing season 2 and season 3. So it just kind of helps organize what we have going on in the year. And I really like this sheet. So this is very beneficial for me. And then I also put like holiday prep for November, December for next year. And back to school, of course. That's important too. I did forget that on the previous page, had to write that in. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about here. And so for the next part, I just wanted to explain where we're going here is, this is actually where we're starting our goals. So I'd already written down some ideas on my specific goals. And I'm only going to do 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then we're going to stop there. So I'm going to write these out. These are going to be very specific. I'm going to write down all of my ideas on this page. And then if I have to add to it at like some point in the future, that's what my plan is. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly fill these out, and then we'll quickly talk about them when I'm all done.
I want you more than money. I wanna float on downstream, go and find my wild dreams, yeah. I'd kill to feel it all shake you like a twisted mind game. I'll be burned by your flame, oh. Ups and downs, no in-betweens, fire and ice, burn gasoline. You know I love it, you know I love it. Love and hate, romantic sin, fire and ice, gone with the wind. You know I love it. We're the kind, burning blind. We're breaking all the laws of our universe. Northern lights, roaring skies. We're breaking all the laws of my heart just break free. Just let me see your bad streaks. Maybe they'll match my freaks, yeah. I'd kill to see the stars cry. Roam in the dark while love hide. Let the world know you're mine. Oh, ups and downs, no in between. Fire and ice burn gasoline. You know I love it. You know I love it. Love and hate, romantic sin. Fire and ice gone with the wind. You know I love it. We're the kind, burning blind. We're breaking all the laws of our universe. Northern lights, blue skies. We're breaking all the laws of our universe. We're breaking all the laws of our universe. We're the kind burning blind. Northern.
Okay guys, so that's where we're going to stop today because I do need to film another video. So we're quickly going to summarize what I have going on here, and then the remainder. So part 5 of this will be the last 4 goals, okay? And then we also have to fill out, usually I don't do like a vision board in my goal planner. I do that in my future board, but I'll fill out this part. I'll use the stickers and just write out like the large goals that we have for this year. And I usually just write like the title, like the yearly goal. So this isn't really like a yearly goal. I've got all of these goals, but because there's so many like mini goals within this big goal, I just write the title. Okay, so let's talk about what I've already focused on here. The first goal is improve credit scores. So obviously this is focused about budgeting, or focused around budgeting, I should say. And the future, we would like to purchase a new home. So we're not even at the down payment stage yet, but I think if we continue on all of our good habits with our budgeting and expenses and saving, I think we're going to get there. So it's kind of like what I talked about before, how if you might not have like a 5 or 10-year goal plan in mind, but you do know what a good habit is and what a bad habit is. So, you know, if I want to buy something, I'm going to ask myself first, do I really need that? If I'm going to get it, I think about it for a while. If I decide to get it, something else has to go because I'm trying to do this minimalization thing in my home. So, in my home. So, what I can do, the resources needed, obviously time and money. So I take time out in my scheduling, I budget every week, I write down expenses every day, I do all of these things. So for this goal, I wrote out the habits, the finish lines, and the dream, okay? Because this one actually has like kind of all 3. And so the success, if we can get our credit scores from going from poor to fair by the end of the year, that's success for us, okay? So this is kind of where you're giving yourself a set goal, like this is what needs to happen, and then we'll have completed our goal. So if you don't make progress on this goal, like if we don't, obviously we're not going to get ahead. We're just not going to get there. And obviously for me, budgeting is fun. I like to share that with you guys, it's kind of our budgeting journey. And for me, I really enjoy it. So it's area of finance. It includes all 3 habits, finish lines, and big dreams. So for habits, will be expense tracking daily. I'm asking myself, if I go to buy something, do I really need it? Doing weekly budgets. So there are still, like within habits, there are still habits you can do with like a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, right? Or even quarterly basis. It doesn't have to be daily. So some people might get that confused because you say, well, if it's a monthly habit, doesn't that turn into a goal? No, that's not true. So habit, for instance, would be following through with my budget close too. So I could add that monthly budget close on here. Because that gives me the ability to kind of compare from quarter to quarter. I look at our net worth assets and just kind of see okay, so this is where I started from in January. Where are we in December? And it kind of gives me a snapshot of point A to point B to see how we've done. And obviously, the progress along the way is within all the sheets of my budget book that I use. So if you guys want to know, I use the budget workbook by the budget mom, Kamiko Love. This year she has a PDF printable version, but that's what I use. So we'll continue doing sinking funds, continue working towards paying off debt. And then also, so finish line is putting our taxes toward debt. That's like a one-time yearly thing. So that would be a goal, so to speak. Okay, so that's going straight toward there. As I pay each of these off, I'm going to check it off, make sure that we have our savings, and also savings challenges I could put on here too. So I've decided to do that quarterly, so that I'm not having to think of a new challenge every month. Okay, and then the big dream is obviously, in the end, all of these healthy habits are going to change our mindset about money. So we'd rather save money, not to the point of scrooginess, if that's a word, but to the point where we'd rather pay off debt and get ahead and then have that money for the future. So if our kids need help with buying a vehicle or paying their school or whatever, like we'll have that money and we can say, here, we are going to help you. Here you go. So there's that first goal. Second goal is focusing on my business without overdoing it or pushing myself too hard. So I know that I'm not going to be able to cut back my videos to one video a week. I've got too many things that I like to talk about and focus on. And then obviously I've got videos that come up like my Simply Gilded subscriptions, my cloth and paper. There's random videos I like to film. And I also like to do my monthly planner setups and stuff. So I don't know where my bullet journal is going in the grand scheme of things, because I know that's not really popular. If I had just focused on bullet journaling on my channel, maybe it would have been different. But I really got into COVEY planning, like Franklin Planner. So, and I find that that's really popular amongst my viewers, and just inspiring people to use a planner, a paper planner even. So that's one of my fun things I like to do. It's fun for me, but it's also very useful, very functional. And I'm just going to have to do a few things in my business. So for instance, that might be changing my schedule. But let's talk about this first. So motivation is because I need to find a balance. Okay, so it's going to take time, emotional capacity, perhaps help from everybody else, and we'll have a happy family, but my business will still continue to grow. And yeah, obviously planning is fun for me. So, okay, so area, it hits family, personal growth, and work and learning, and it includes habits. So basically, these are things that I'd be looking to implement, but I've also got some ideas on here of what I'd like to do. So for instance, less videos, again, I don't know if that's possible. Rewrite my schedule, maybe. Batching tasks differently, absolutely. So if I start to wake up at the same time every single day, including weekends, if I could get up at 5 or 6 every day instead of like 5, maybe I could like balance that a little bit better so I'm not so tired. But if I get up at 6 instead of like 10 on Saturday and Sunday, that would also help me, and I could get work done before my kids wake up. Okay, so collabs and sponsorships, something I'm looking into. Planning out my work better. So right now I have it in my Franklin Covey planner, but I don't know if it's working. So I'd like to have a spot where I could just plan ahead of time. So right now I'm using a digital planner on my iPad, which works fantastic because I can go ahead as far as I need to. Getting new ideas from YouTube videos and writing them in my commonplace book for inspiration. So I'll put inspiration here. And new intros for my channels. That's one of my goals for January. And also consistency, especially on Instagram. Okay, so goal number 3, family focus and balance. So it kind of ties in with this one too. Focusing on my family, because not only are we bringing a new baby home, but I just want to figure out the whole work-life balance, especially with having 3 kids. So happy family, less stress, resources needed, time, emotional capacity, and help from others, obviously my family. I'm just finding a balance. We don't want to be unhappy and stressed, and family time with a new baby. Okay, so area is personal growth and family. Take personal growth from me because I need to learn to adjust. Okay, and it includes mostly habits. So I've got ideas in here of things that we could do as a family, as well as the things that I'd like to focus on. So number one, because I'm going to have a new baby, I want to have my kids gain more independence. So my son is 8 now. If he can start doing more things on his own, slowly transitioning him into that. So that's helping. Intro to new baby. It's going to obviously take time for everybody to adjust in January. New routines, which is going to be a big one. We'll have board game nights at home for a while. We'll still continue our takeout movie nights, spending time together. I need to focus on my son's school and learning, so we have to set aside time every day for that. Maybe going swimming, doing that more often once I'm no longer pregnant. Planning our vacations in summer. Family meetings, I say that, but just talk about what we're going to do that month, or I think it's important to kind of get together as a family and discuss what you want to do out of your life, especially in summer. Outdoor activities and outdoor time. Date nights, because my husband and I haven't really been going on that many. I think mostly because I'm pregnant, I've been so tired. But once I'm done, once the baby is like no longer in that newborn phase, we'll be able to start going on regular date nights again. And visits to Red Deer and FaceTime our other family that we don't get to see all the time. Okay, the last goal we'll talk about today is home and hearth projects. So it's basically home and spaces, right? We want to improve the look of our home, but not stress about the issues. So last year obviously was our roof, but that is now taken care of, so that's good. And really the other things are mostly in preparation for like selling in a few years, right? Get the painting done, get the flooring done. Just kind of like, I guess part of it is like a big dream too, because moving eventually, right? So we don't want to remain here after so many years, because we don't have a lot of living space. And with 3 kids, eventually they grow, they're going to need more room. So it's going to need all of these things, maybe expertise or advice, maybe, depending on what we're doing. And success is finishing all of our projects that we have outlined over here. What might happen, we'll just remain the same. We'll be stagnant. We'll work together. I think that'll be fun. It'll be like family time. And home and spaces is the area, and it includes habits, finish lines, and big dreams. And so what I did here is I listed the projects, I listed the renovations, and then also just some other ideas I wanted to focus on. So the big reno projects that we're going to be focusing on is painting our room, because it's the only one that never got finished. The hallway as well. Painting the fence outside. Doing baseboards after the floors are done. And also working on the gutter. So we have to get that done in August, because they are too small for, like, they've increased the standard size of like gutters, and ours are like from like the 50s. So we're going to replace those, and plus they're cracked and broken and they just need to be replaced. So the spring summer projects, clean garage, we usually do that. Spring planting and garden, so that will include like rototilling and mowing the grass, maintaining everything, and just getting everything looking nice. And then come October again, we'll be doing fall cleanup. Okay, and then things that I can do all the time that I'm thinking about constantly in the back of my mind. So Swedish death cleaning, I will focus mainly during the cold winter months when I can't really spend outside time. Like these things will be more outside, not outside, but more in summer. And I'll be listing everything I want to get rid of to either Facebook buy and sell, selling it, or taking it to Goodwill just to get rid of it. Okay. Also all of the baby stuff, because this will be our final baby. As much as I love holding a newborn, I don't think I can have 4 kids. Going through my kids' toys every month and getting rid of stuff, because obviously every birthday, every Christmas, they bring new stuff in, and we just want to, like, every time we buy new stuff, we want to also purge the old stuff. And continuing with my 10-minute tidy every day. I do that more than once now just to maintain my sanity. And I think that's pretty much all I want to talk about. So I know I discussed those really, really quickly, but I think it's a good start. And as I think of new things to add to each of these, I have lots of room here to brainstorm more ideas. So the last and final installment of this series will be the last 4 goals and the final goal listing. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, click on that bell notification button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.